Hi all, thank you very much to joining me with another one video in with my YouTube channel. So this fourth series financial basic accounting we are going to look at the balance sheet report, profit and loss report and trial balance report. So these reports are based on showing my previous videos content, so please watch the previous video and continue to watch this video as well. To discuss about that, the previous video is how to identify debit credit effect of a transaction. So you can search it in YouTube with this text and you will get that particular video. And the previous video you understand that a particular nature of a transaction, how you can identify the debit credit amount which will go to debit side or credit side with its category. So these are the three examples we discussed in previous video. So in this video we are going to discuss about that report balance sheet, profit and loss report, trial balance detail and trial balance consolidated. So in order to discuss with balance sheet, profit and loss report, we can now discuss about the trial balance report. So that report, let me hide it. So the trial balance report for 2019, how the report is capturing each category and individual account to get that trial balance report. So trial balance report will consider all the category: asset, equity, liability, revenue and expense category. So it's all reports, balances it will show. That is nothing but your trial balance. So this is nothing but a detailed trial balance report. So in my our example, first example, if you see the example, there are two categories affected, that is bank and capital level, debit and credit. So the same way, okay, in the asset, okay, 50,000 is debited and another one was equity account, so that is credited. So that amount I placed it here according to the values that representing in this example. So debit 50,000 and credit 50,000. The same way that example 2 and example 3 I have placed here. So there is an expense happened for rent, that is 1,000 in debit side, and the same way that example 2 liability is happened, that is you liable to pay to somebody, that is on the credit side. And the third example, that accounts payable is debited because you paid to that supplier, that's your liability is reduced. And again, when you make the payment, bank is affected, that bank, so your cash is reduced, so it's in credit side. So if you take that debit side and credit side total value, it should match. That is the condition in trial balance. That means total of your debit value and total of your credit value should match each other. That means debit equal to credit. Now we can go and discuss about that trial balance consolidated. So why I am preferring that to show is, then only we can understand that account balance concept. Okay, the consolidated report of 2019 about our transaction. So there is asset account, there is liability, equity, revenue and expense. When I am talking about asset, you can see that in my detailed trial balance, these two asset transaction happen. So here in this NCB bank, that debit account, debit side amount is here, and in this asset that credit side amount is there. So what is the account balance of the NCB bank is nothing but debit minus credit. So you will get an amount 49,500. That means in this point of time in your bank, if you check, your balance will be 49,500 because you already paid 500 to the supplier. That's why the 500 is reduced. That's why this is normal balance of debit bank, and this is that opposite sign of that normal balance. The same way accounts payable as well, you can see that accounts payable, there is a credit amount is there, and same way that another one transaction happened in example 3, it's 500. So the balance is debit minus credit, you are getting minus 500. That means the normal balance is in credit side only. So from this point of view, when you are looking a trial balance or a balance sheet, when you are showing the balance minus 500, that means you are still liable to pay to somebody. Okay. Now another one is capital. Capital means you can see that equity, that is credit side 50,000 SAR. So that debit minus credit balance is again it's same, because you not withdraw any money out of your capital. So it's same values, that means still system it's showing in your balance sheet or trial balance saying that that capital investment or to the company is still 50,000 real. There is no revenue is transaction is happened in our example, but there is an expense is happened, rent, that is in 1,000 real. So you can see that 1,000 in its debit side. So I have placed it here. So the account balance is debit minus credit, so it's in 1,000. So the normal balance is debit, so that means it's a plus sign. So it's saying in this period 2019 that the expense happened for your company for the rent is 1,000. So the balance is it's saying that it's 1,000 is incurred in your expense book. So if you look, that total balance is saying that this amount, that means total of all that debit account and total of all the credit account, and it will show. So in trial balance it will have all the category. It's not like balance sheet only this 3 and profit and loss or another 2 account. No, this trial balance will consider all your 5 category accounts. So now based on this trial balance, you can take your balance sheet as well. So how it will be? So let me show you this. So balance sheet, if you can see that in example 1, I have the asset 50,000, the same way I have the equity 50,000. So as that is asset in the bank and the equity is 50,000. The example 2, the liability got affected, and the same way one expense is incurred in your profit and loss. To balance this in balance sheet, the formula is retained earning formula is revenue minus expense. So here revenue expense is incurred, so revenue 0 minus the 1,000, it will be minus 1,000 real. So another one is example 3, that means you paid something to the your supplier. So it is your asset, bank is got deducted some amount, and your liability also reduced. So if you see that profit, we already discussed the what is the balance sheet formula is asset equal to liability plus equity. So total of asset equal to total of liability plus total of equity. That means in your asset side, left side equal to, left side is 49500 and right side is 495 because of liability plus equity. So you when you are taking the balance sheet, the mandatory thing is, main thing is, it should match the value each other. Now we are going to see that another one report called profit and loss report. So we already know that profit and loss reports, only we have expense and revenue. In our example, only we have incurred an expense amount is 1000. So total is 1000. So formula for revenue and income is formula for profit and loss is revenue minus income. So my revenue is equal to 0 and my income formula is revenue minus expense. So revenue minus expense is nothing but you are getting the value for revenue minus expense, you are getting minus. So system can tell you that whether your company is going in a profitable way or not. Now in this case, company is going already incurred an expense, there is no revenue, because of that company is in loss level. So this is the basic idea and information about the financial accounting. If you watch this 4 series, 4 different videos in repeated time, definitely you will understand how it's easy and how you can get into that world of consulting for finance, as well as you can move with the Sage X3 products as well for the configuration. So thank you very much for watching this, and happy to see that there are some views I can see in YouTube channel as well. So next video I am going to showcase you is how you can present a good chart of accounts to your client, or what is the better practice to design a chart of accounts in order to configure Sage X3. So that basic information we can discuss on the next level, and then we will start that Sage X3 product configuration in a sequential way. So once again, thank you very much. If you like this video, please like this, and you can share this to your friend circle, those who want to really want to get into this career. Thank you very much.